Ginny and Georgia Season 2 Behind the Scenes Details You Missed. The second season of our beloved Ginny and Georgia hit the streaming platform right after New Year's Eve, and fans were treated to a lot of small-town drama. But between all of that drama, we always need to see footage that is not on screen. Keep watching till the end of this video and see that Ginny and Georgia Season 2 Behind the Scenes Details You Missed. Let's get started. Where did Season 1 leave off? Ginny and Georgia is a Netflix original series created by Sarah Lampert, and it's been almost 2 years since Season 1 was released. The show concluded its first season with a runaway teen after Ginny discovered the true side of her mom. Yeah, we mean when Georgia poisoned her stepfather. With that creepy secret now revealed, Ginny grabbed her little brother and fled their home in fear of her mom. She just stole Marcus's motorcycle and headed for Boston with Austin in tow. Can someone explain this shocking finale? Ginny and Georgia Season 2 ties up older plot lines, but it opens up just as many new stories. But the ending was kind of shocking. At the end of Season 2, Georgia and Paul's wedding is interrupted by Georgia's surprising arrest for the murder of Tom Fuller, Cynthia's husband. While Georgia's future is left hanging in the balance at the end of the show's finale, the answers to what happened with Tom's death reside in a past episode. In that episode, Georgia had a chat with Cynthia that influenced her decision to kill Tom. Cynthia talked about how hard Tom's illness is for her and that she was concerned about how it will affect their son's perception of his father. Georgia emphasizes with Cynthia, as she too has taken a lot of care to make sure that Austin has a good image of his father despite her own relationship with Gil, which is why she kills Tom. This makes Tom's murder different for Georgia, as his killing is out of mercy and empathy rather than self-preservation or anger. The Season 2 ending was addressed by executive producer and series creator Sarah Lampert in an interview. She discussed the events of the season, including the surprise coming together of Joe and Cynthia after Tom's murder at the hands of Georgia, Georgia's unexpected arrest at the wedding, and what's in store for all of them if Season 3 gets made. There aren't as many Joe/Georgia scenes in Season 2, but what I love about Joe in Season 2 is we kind of get a little dirtier with him in the sense of we're peeling back the layers. We're seeing a different side of him, even though they're not right for each other right at this minute. And she is very much in love with Paul. Georgia and Joe are a lot more alike than you know. What happens in episodes 8, 9, and 10 between Joe, Cynthia, and Georgia plays a huge role in Season 3, plot-wise. We are layering seeds that you won't realize were laid until we get a Season 3. And if we're able to tell the story we want to tell, it will make sense, and everyone will come back around in a way that you were not expecting, Sarah said. Behind the scenes. Ginny and Georgia star Antonio Gentry talked about Season 2 the day before its release. I process things after they happen, so I don't think it's really settled and that tomorrow Season 2 is coming out. I was in bed eating chicken wings and fries watching TV unbothered. I know tomorrow I'm going to wake up and be like, oh my God, I'm playing it cool, she said. She was asked what was the most enjoyable scene from her film, Season 2, from an acting perspective. A lot of Ginny's scenes are very intense, and I don't know if it was something that I enjoyed doing as much as it was a challenge. It was always a breath of fresh air to be able to do scenes where Ginny's actually happy, or when Georgia and Ginny are on the same side, throwing quips and having fun with each other. I love Ginny and Marcus this season, and working with Felix Mullard has been such a pleasure because he's such a great scene partner, and it feels really easy to do scenes with him. I love every scene that I'm in with Nate Mitchell. He plays Zion. I love Nate. He's such a fun guy. Every day on set, he just makes it better. I'll be on set for 10 hours ready to go home, and Nate shows up. We have one last scene and Nate's in the scene, and all of my exhaustion is out the window. I'm so happy when he's on set, she said. One of the best and viral behind the scenes was when Lampert took her official Ginny and Georgia behind the scenes Instagram page in January to share a video from season 2, filming the clip from season 2 filming. The clip was the first take of Ginny's return to Wellsbury High, where Maxine chatted with her friends in the hallway. Max walked into the scene and collapsed on the floor, talking about being resurrected as a zombie before venting about a review of the school's musical. Ginny walked past her former friends at the end of the scene. Max instructed everyone to ignore her, prompting someone to say, "Damn, it's brutal out here." As Olivia Rodrigo fans know, this was a lyric to the song Brutal on her Sour album. Many fans in the comments expressed disappointment that the lyric didn't make it to the final version of this scene. Will we get the third season? Ginny and Georgia has not been renewed for season 3 by Netflix yet. However, it not being renewed is not necessarily a bad thing, as its season 2 announcement didn't come for another 2 months after the first season's release. So, it's still a little bit early for talk of Ginny and Georgia season 3. Given season 2's cliffhanger ending, there are lots of directions that Ginny and Georgia in season 3 could go. The biggest storyline that the next season needs to address is the fallout from Georgia's arrest at the end of season 2. Several characters are also somehow tied up in Georgia's arrest for Tom Fuller's murder, which will likely be the most important story for the season. Given the ways it complicates the Miller kids' lives and the fact that Paul doesn't know about Georgia's previous forays with murder, Georgia's arrest will be one of the biggest driving forces behind the Ginny and Georgia main character storylines in season 3. Ginny and Marcus' relationship is also a good source of drama, and given their breakup at the end of season 2, their season 3 storyline is certain to deliver in that department. Besides that, there are also several ongoing storylines such as Ginny and Abby's mental health journeys and Max's new relationship that could be developed further in season 3. The first 2 episodes of Ginny and Georgia season 2 are directed by James Jen, who serves as an executive producer for the entire season and has been involved with multiple different genres. Maybe his involvement made this season more engaging, and we definitely want to find out if he'll be into the 3rd season as well. He was asked if he would be involved if the show gets a 3rd season, and he said, "I certainly hope so. I think everybody that's involved in this show is just delighted by the response of it. In my work now and again, somehow will reach out and say, 'Oh, I caught something you did on television. It was great, James.' And that's a really great feeling. This show has everyone from my 13-year-old nieces to people in their 50s and 60s that know from when I was a kid, reaching out and saying how much they enjoyed the show. It's something that has such a universal appeal to it. It's just amazing that it has so much reach. And I'm so grateful to be part of something that's putting good stuff out into the world. I'm proud of how it handles issues of diversity and how it handles issues of mental health. In television, so many times, diversity can come off as an afterthought, and it becomes sort of this tokenized thing that is a side part of the story. But Deb and Sarah created a world where we live in a diverse world. We celebrate people's differences. We love the characters for their differences, for their flaws, for their mistakes, for the dumb things they say and do all along the way. That's what has made it so appealing and relatable. What do you think about Ginny and Georgia season 2? Do you like it? Do you think we'll get season 3 from Netflix? Let us know in the comments down below.